Hey guys, good afternoon. This time it's actually afternoon. It's super sunny. I'm doing my walk. I'm here with my wife and the dog. And today is another day we're gonna talk about the health benefits of walking. And I mentioned cortisol yesterday, but today we're gonna talk about it a little bit more. So yeah, walking lowers cortisol. And cortisol obviously is the primary stress hormone. Now, how does it lower cortisol? It's a little complicated. Is it because walking also raises endorphins? It's hard to tell. And walking in nature or green spaces further amplifies stress reduction, right? Because we calm down, we relax. One of the mechanisms. Well, let me talk a little bit more about cortisol, and then actually get away from cortisol. So there is obviously evidence that walking lowers cortisol. There's a short-term benefit. Within 20 to 30 minutes, after 20-30 minute walk, your cortisol levels will go down. There's a long-term, same-day benefit that your cortisol at the end of the day will be lower on the days that you walk. And there's a long-term benefit over 4 days that you see overall reductions in cortisol. But cortisol is really complicated. We can just say cortisol is bad and endorphins are good. There's a cortisol awakening response, which is a natural thing that may have to do something with circadian rhythm, because our cortisol goes lower and lower toward the end of the day and actually peaks early in the morning. And when we get up, that's one reason why you really shouldn't drink coffee in the morning, because you're already pumped full of cortisol, so you're just making that worse. You should wait a couple hours until the cortisol comes down and then have your cup of coffee if that's your thing. And also, this whole cortisol awakening response, we know that cortisol has a connection to hippocampus, and hippocampus has to do with memories. So there is a theory that the morning cortisol has to do with prospective memory, and it actually allows us to get in the morning to get oriented in time and space and get us ready for the day as well as the stresses of the day. But instead of worrying about cortisol, I would just keep it simple. We know that when we walking makes us relaxed in the long run. Daily walks are good for our health. And while you're walking, at work, if you have instead of having some kind of stressful company meeting or gobbling some unhealthy food, if you get out there, maybe there's a pond nearby you can walk around. That's just going to lower your stress. You're going to feel better. And last thing I want to say is, if you do, yesterday I mentioned walking meditation. If you walk and you concentrate on your breathing in, breathing out, you actually involve something we call auto-regulation. And what you're doing, and that may be after the stressful meeting, if you can get out there and go for a walk, if you're super stressed, the auto-regulation is basically, if you get your breath under control, you're faking the rest of your body, your brain, into believing that everything is okay. Actually, not necessarily believing, right? Everything is okay. You just had a stressful meeting. So that's it. I hope you guys got out there today and had some exercise. If not, I hope you get out and get it done tomorrow. Tomorrow's a Sunday, so have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.